Good morning, class 7. Today we will start with the colors of different objects, okay? So let's first start with the introduction. So see, I have drawn a triangle. This is known as a colored triangle. So let's see what are the different components of this colored triangle, okay? So I'll explain everything about the colors in this triangle. See, red, blue, green marked as P, these are known as primary colors. Red, blue, green, primary colors. What is the meaning of primary colors? That means these colors do not need the help of any other colors to obtain. That means this we can obtain red, blue and green color without mixing any other color. Okay? But magenta, yellow, cyan, these are known as, marked with S, are known as secondary colors. These are got by mixing two primary colors. Red and blue, mixing red and blue, we get magenta. By mixing blue and green, we get cyan. By mixing red and green, we get yellow. See, that's why isn't it easy to remember if I just draw this triangle? Red, blue, magenta, blue, green, cyan, red, green, yellow. Also, notice I have written white in between. Red, blue, green. If I add the three primary colors, red, blue, green, I'll get white color. Also, there is another type of color known as complementary colors. That means the pair of colors which on mixing will give us white color. Notice now, blue, yellow, white, blue, yellow. Remember like this, blue, yellow. It's just the vertex of the triangle and opposite side you have yellow. So blue and yellow, white, green and magenta, white, cyan and red will also give me white. So this was about the primary colors, secondary colors and complementary colors. So then I can say red and cyan are complementary colors. Blue and yellow, complementary. Magenta, green, complementary. Okay? And also we have learned that red, blue, green, three primary colors also give us white color. So that was about the color triangle. Now, next, let's study about the composition of white light. Okay, now have you heard of the scientist named Newton? He was a famous scientist of his time, okay. Newton performed an experiment. He found that, he was sitting in a dark room, okay, and he covered all the windows and with black paper and made a small hole in the window and placed a prism on the path through which light is entering through a small hole in the window. That means he covered all the other windows with black paper. Only a small hole in one of the windows was made. A narrow beam of white light passed and it passed through a prism. He found that when he placed a screen on the other side of the prism, he found that 7 individual colors are forming. What are they? Violet, and they are forming in this order, okay. On the screen, he found red at the top. Then he found orange, then yellow, then green, then blue, then indigo, then violet. Can you find any resemblance to any practical life color formation? Rainbow, correct, rainbow. So, you will find in rainbow also exactly like this. Red at the top, then orange, then yellow, then green, then blue, then indigo, then violet. So he was the one who saw that white light actually is composed of 7 constituent colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 constituent colors. The 7th band of the 7 constituent colors is known as spectrum. Okay? So you will find this example in rainbow. Rainbow also you find rainbow like this, right? Rainbows are like this and you find red at the bottom just in the same order. Red at the bottom, orange then yellow, then green, then blue, then indigo, then violet. So why do rainbow form then? You will find rainbows, they form when after a shower, say after rainfall, when there is sunlight, then you will find rainbow. Why? Because the sunlight, it passes through the tiny drops of water droplets suspended in the air. Obviously, after the rain, there are numerous tiny droplets of water suspended in the air. Now, when the sunlight passes through them, those tiny drops of water, they behave like tiny prisms. And as you have already learned this, that white light, when it passes through a prism, it splits into several colors. It's 7 constituent colors. So, that is why in nature we find rainbow. So, since there are numerous droplets suspended in the air, so we have a huge band of 7 colors of white light. So, the rainbow which we see, it's nothing but the 7 constituent colors of white light. Okay? Okay, now let's learn. Now since we have learned about that composition of white light, now let's learn how do we determine the color of an object. That means when we see any color of an object, it's actually the reflected light which we are seeing. So basically the color of an object, it depends upon the color of the light which is reflected by it. Okay? Let's first study how when white light falls on any object, how the reflected light varies. Let's see. See, first when white light is falling on an object. Okay, why have they drawn like this? These are the 7 constituent colors of white light. So basically when white light falls, actually it means the 7 constituent colors of white light together they are falling. Because white light is composed of the 7 constituent colors which we have just learned. Okay. Now, if the object reflects back all the colors of light together, then what will we get to see? When all the colors of 7 constituent colors together they are reflected, what will we get to see? As a result, we'll get to see the white light only. Because this 7 together they make up the white light. That is why we call this object then white colored object. Okay. Now, if the 7 constituent colors of white light. So basically white light is falling on an object. White light falling means again it consists of the 7 constituent colors. Now if the object absorbs all the colors of light but does not reflect back any color of light, then what will we get to see? No color, so we call it black. Okay. Now what if out of the 7 constituent colors of white light, if it reflects red light, then we'll call it red colored object. What if it reflects green? Then green color. Instead of red, if out of this 7 we also have green, in one of them is green, so if it reflects green, then the object will be green colored then. Okay. Okay, now previously, just now we have done what happens when white colored light falls on any object. Now let's see what happens when we will study about the different, say white light, when white light falls or when red light falls, or when blue or when green light falls on white, then red, blue, then green objects. Okay, let's see. If the object is white and if white colored light falls on the object, then it will appear white. Just now we have done this. White light is falling and white object will reflect back all the colors of white light. So we will see white only. That means the object will appear white to us. Okay. Next is red. If red light falls on white object, then what will happen? Red light is falling on white object. White has the capability of reflecting back any color of light. Now if red light only falls, then it will reflect back only red light. So we will see the object appears red to us. Okay. Similarly, if blue colored light only blue light falls on white object, then it will reflect the blue light. So the object will appear blue. Same for green. Next, see, if white color light falls on red object, what will happen? Just now we have learned red object, it can only reflect the red light, and white light consists of 7 colors, out of which one is red. So it will only reflect the red color and it will appear red to us. Red light falls on red object, then red colored object, then what will happen? Red light can reflect red color, red object can reflect red colored light, so it will appear red only. Again, if blue light falls on a red colored object, can red colored object reflect blue colored light? No. But then no other color is left with us because only blue light is falling on red. If only blue light is falling on red and red can reflect only red colored light, that means it will absorb the blue light and it will appear black to us as no light is reflected back. What have we learned? If no light is reflected back to us, then the object will appear. That means if all the colors of white light is absorbed, then the object will appear black to us. See, again the same for green. Red colored object can only reflect the red light. So if green light falls on the red colored object, it won't be able to reflect the green. So it will appear black. Same blue. If white light falls on blue colored object, blue can reflect the blue light. So out of the 7 colors of white light, it will reflect only the blue. So it will appear blue. Blue will appear blue in blue light also. Why? Because blue color is falling and it can reflect blue light, so we will see the reflected light as blue. But in the remaining two, red and green, see, it will appear black because red it cannot reflect, it's a blue colored object, it cannot reflect back red light. Neither green. Same for green, see, if white light falls or if green light falls, it will appear green. Other than this, if red falls or blue falls, blue colored light falls, it will appear black because green colored object can reflect green color light. So if red light falls, then it will appear black, or blue light falls, it will appear black. So can you notice one thing? White colored object appears white in the white light and appears as the same color of the light which is falling on it. If red light falls on it, it will appear red. If blue light falls on it, it will appear blue. If green light falls on it, it will appear green. Other than this, see, for the red, blue, green, they always appear the same color. That means red appears red only when white or red light falls on it. Blue appears blue only when white colored light or blue colored light falls on it. Green appears green only when white or green colored light falls on it. So it's basically when the same an object is viewed with either white light or the same color of light as the color of the object, then only it appears of the same color, otherwise black. Okay? So this is the reason a white rose appears red in red light, blue in blue light. Red rose in red light appears red. See the reasons? It's matching. Then again see, a red rose when seen in blue light, red rose, red colored object, light is blue, so it appears black. Okay. Next come to color subtraction. What is that? Now it is a phenomena by which there are certain materials which are made in such a way that they absorb a particular color of light. Okay. For example, say there is a material which has the capacity to absorb green colored light only. White light falls on it. Can I write white as red plus blue plus green? 3 primary colors we have just learned in the color triangle. Remember, the three primary colors can be mixed together to form white color. So if white, now see, white, red plus blue plus green. Now if this material can only absorb the green color, then it is absorbing green. That means it will reflect back only red plus blue. So if I just subtract green from this, we are left with only red plus blue. What is red plus blue? We have learned in the color triangle, magenta. So now notice initially the object. So if any material is made in such a way that it can absorb only the green color, then see, ultimately it will appear magenta color to us in this manner. So this is called color subtraction. See another example. If I say this material absorbs red and blue color both, then what are we left with? If same case, white light falls, red plus blue plus green, minus red minus blue, because it is absorbing red and blue, only reflecting green light. So what have we learned? That we can actually, any object will appear the color of a certain color to us due to the color of light which is reflecting. Exactly in this manner we get this material. Now it will appear green because it's reflecting back green color light, remaining absorbed. Red and blue are absorbed and green is reflected. So basically whatever color of light an object will reflect, we will be able to see that color of the object. And I hope you have read about this. I have asked you to go through this, that light rays always travel in a straight line and it does not need a material medium to travel. That means it can travel in vacuum when there is no solid, no gas, no liquid, nothing to transfer the light energy. And just remember this, that the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters second. Or remember this value. Or you can remember this also, but it's better if you remember this value. I hope you know that how, if you have, you can write it as 10 to the power 2. If you don't know how to write this as this or index, then you simply try to remember this, or if you cannot, then at least remember this. But just try to remember the speed of light in vacuum, okay? And we have today covered the color of an object, primary colors, then secondary colors, complementary colors, everything. Then we have done color of an object based on reflection and absorption, and also color subtraction and composition of white light we have done. And see this example I have given you, rainbow. So we have finished the chapter.